I'm Wendy Ganson, and I am the homeowner here that hired Gary Maffei and the Remodeling Company to use their small services division hired hands to do some work on our house. Basically, we didn't have to do a remodel because the bones of this house were just fantastic. And this house that we bought is about 20 years old. So when the house was built, they had all the 20-year-old amenities, or was built for a family that would live here 20 years ago. And the way that we all live today has really changed. And so we didn't feel like we needed to knock down walls and build all these crazy things. We really just needed a facelift. Knowing what the remodeling company does, they do, larger projects, and knowing that they had their smaller services hired hands, I thought that they'd be a perfect company to do what we needed to do, what we wanted to accomplish on the new home that we bought.
Wendy and Scott asked us to come in and add a few features to the new home before they move in. They're adding wainscoting and changing the mantle design to allow for a TV, a flat screen TV to be installed, all new paint and some floor sanding, new hardware. So they're making some subtle changes that will have a nice impact.
Same thing here, keep it flat on.
Hired hands will do anything for you. So as an example, if you needed a door replaced, if you needed anything on the exterior of your house, whether it's getting your gutters cleaned or anything that's a small service, hired hands can take care of that for you.
We can come in and do all the small things that a lot of contractors don't get to, and we specialize in just about anything you need lower than an addition. We'll do wainscoting and mantles and bathrooms, just about anything you can think of. We have wainscoting in most of this room, with the exception of around the fireplace. And as in every case with wainscoting, you have to lay it out as to the size of the wall and the most pleasing size spaces on each wall. This molding will be wrapping around all the way, okay? And that'll give us detail on the inside of the panels. We have a severe angle here that we have to deal with, and how to carry this line through on the top of the wainscoting, following around the room, and then running it down the stairs and following it through with the top on the landing. So we have to work out the angles properly to have everything fit.
We didn't need the big remodel. What we needed was someone to come in and really help us with the cosmetic things that we were looking for, and to be able to do the quality work, and which they did such a fantastic job, of quality work, and also being on schedule. They really deliver on their promises. The thing that I was so impressed by is that we definitely stuck to our schedule, and we didn't fall behind on anything. Didn't fall behind on anything, and we got in here as planned.
We studded off the wall and put in an opening for a 2'6" door, and the plaster will be in later on today, and he'll be plastering this all in, and we'll be able to install the new door. We did add new cable and outlets behind where the new flat screens are going to be installed in the bedrooms, and also over the mantle.
A lot of the open living here, with the living room and the kitchen and the dining room all on the same floor, even though some of the older amenities were here, we knew that if we made some smaller adjustments, we could turn it into the perfect living space for us. All of their subcontractors were fantastic. So, having the flooring guys here, the painters here, the AV guys, every single one of these subcontractors that were here, and a lot of them were here at the same time, they all worked with each other, and it was seamless how that process worked. I sent Gary and Melissa the hardware that I wanted, so they priced it out for me, and what they said was, this hardware is very expensive. Why don't we do some legwork for you and see if we can find an alternative? So I said, okay, great. So they came back with an alternative that was a lot less expensive, and honestly, it looks exactly the same than the original hardware that I had picked. The other thing that is great about Hired Hands is if you want to be put on some sort of maintenance schedule, say spring and fall, they'll take care of anything and everything for you. So as an example, when we first got here, our gutters were full, they weren't aligned properly, and so they realigned everything, cleaned out the gutters, and knowing that we'll have to get on a regular schedule for that, and just call one person to take care of all those needs. That's really great too.
We specialize in customer relations. I mean, we're very good on the customer relations, and you need it done fast, we'll get in there.